All right, well, hello. My name is Tracy James, as you can tell right here. I'm not a part of the recruiting team. I'm not a part of like Amanda or Maria who reached out to you guys. I'm on the back end. I'm actually the CEO here. Most people think the CEO is going to be 45, 50, 60 years old, but no, I'm 26. I'm just young and hungry. But what we found is that we seen your 3 resumes and we felt, hey, these would be great candidates. And what I normally do is I usually have you guys in here and then one by one I call you all in. But I'd rather have a group discussion. And what I want to do for the next 10, 15 minutes with the 3 candidates that we selected is I really want to get to know you guys, really figure out everything outside of your guys' resume. Because at the end of the day, I know I've been on that side of the screen, but let's be honest, we all wrote our own resumes. And so I want to make sure that I'm looking and I'm listening to what exactly how were you as an employee at your other job? What type of leadership skills do you have? What type of culture do you want, and what type of culture did you just come from? Little things to where I can figure out, okay, this is the right DNA that we're looking for my culture as well. Does that all make sense? And so this is just a preliminary round. Our main interview is in person either later tomorrow if we select you, or next week where we can sit down one-on-one with either me or someone on my hiring team where you can really go into depth over the candidate, over the position of what we're looking for and go into more detail. But what I want to do is I want to take some time for the next 10, 15 minutes just so I have more notes rather than looking at the resume from when you guys come in to where I can know what to really judge you guys on. So I'm going to ask a couple questions for each and every one of you guys. Justin, I'll start off with you. Where are you from and what are you looking to get into?
So I'm actually from Michigan. I just relocated to California late last month, so I'm a new resident of California.
Welcome to Cali.
Yeah. Thank you. My background consists of customer service, technical support, and a residential technician type of ordeal.
Okay.
Each position, I was interacting with customers, whether if it was from call center basis or it was in person as a residential technician.
Okay.
I wanted to understand more of the technical side of things, which is why I did pick up the residential technician point of view. Because when I had transferred to Comcast, I wanted to understand the technology for sure. So that way, if I do come across customers who were experiencing issues or wanted to possibly upgrade or change their packages or anything of that nature, I would know 100% what I am talking about and, give them what they need.
Okay.
And it would also, save the company time, it would save me time, from passing along them, the different channels and avenues.
No, so what I hear from you is you knew you wanted to learn more information, so you want to be thrown into other different positions or locations. So by saying that, do you feel you're very adaptable in most cases?
Yes.
And what makes you adaptable?
What makes me adaptable is my hunger to want to know more, want to be able to be the one and last person for a customer to contact, to say, I was having this issue and now, that no longer is present for them. I want to be able to be that final stop for them so that I can 100%, take care of all of their, questions or concerns or whatever, issues that they may have. Or even if, it comes to, a repackaging or, an upgrade to their services, things of that nature.
So product knowledge and stuff like that. What do you feel is one skill you gained from there that you feel you can apply in any other company?
The ability to be humble.
Humility.
The ability to be humble and the ability to know what I want. And if there are other ways that I could educate myself on a position, I would go about it still within the same company. I would not leave the company.
Okay, so you're looking for more upward mobility. You want to learn, grow in multiple different ways in order for you to add value for your career, but to add value back to the company that's investing time and worth into you, correct?
Correct.
Okay, great. I love that. I love that you're thinking on a higher level because let's be honest, 99.9% of employees in the nation, they only want to do their own job. They only want to do this and say, hey, look, hopefully I can do this for the next 20 years. For you, you're like, no, how do I learn more? How can I move up in a company? And that's what I look for, because I don't want people who are stagnant in my company. I always say, hey, look, there's another promotion waiting for you. You just got to learn it. You got to know exactly what the qualifications are so I can promote people. So I love that thought process. What do you feel is your strongest leadership quality you bring to the table before anybody else in this group?
That's a good question. I don't know how to really properly answer that one. So I would give my best, and that is it's just I know within the first 30 days you could expect me to make connections and relationships with other employees or clients, so that way I could understand the challenges that the department is having. So within a short period of time, we can have growth within that department. It is also, important for me to understand, like my manager, my superiors, wants or desires. So that way, I can meet them to their expectations at minimum, but the goal is to surpass them.
Okay, I love that.
I would say that's my idea of leadership. Like,
I love that. I love your answers. Good job with that. If everything goes well and we select you rather than anybody else here, when would be the soonest available start date if we offer you a position?
ASAP. I just moved.
Yeah, you just moved over here. I was born in Minnesota, so I know how the north over there. So yeah, I was born in Minnesota, but I grew up in Texas, so I'm a Texas boy. I'm just all Texas. But nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. All right, Ryan. Going once, going twice, Ryan. And I'm
sorry.
Too late. Should have been by it. All right, Megan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can you put on your video for me?
Yes. Are you able to see me now?
Yes, I am. How are you? I love the painting in the back.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
All right,
How are you guys today?
We're doing well. I think me and Justin, we connected. We're from up north. We're used to the cold, and now we're gonna come talk to you from the west.
Well, I think that I fit in. I'm a Michigan girl too.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Look at that.
Michigander.
Y'all just taking over my call. Minnesotans, we don't like either Wisconsin people or Michigan people. But all right. All right, well, what are you looking to get into?
Well, I think for me personally, mine's a little bit different probably from most people that you come across. It's definitely sales, but my sales kind of started from being in like a medical position within my company, kind of part-time, and then I really just climbed up the ladder to being a consultant and managing and getting into the sales. So mine is more medical weight loss.
Okay.
So consulting kind of like this with people all day long, figuring out what it is that they qualify for based on medical history, medication they might be on, obviously pricing, things like that. You just sell them on, well, it sounds terrible, but offer them what is going to be beneficial to them and their goal and help them get to that success they're wanting from us.
And what got you into that industry?
Funny story. I used to be 280 pounds.
Wow.
I lost 110 pounds. So I kind of learned that from my work. And yeah, that's how I started as like a part-time employee, 2 to 6. And then I just showed I'm a go-getter person. I'm not someone who wants to stay comfortable because I don't think there's any growth in being comfortable, right? You gotta be uncomfortable to get to what.
Exactly. You gotta get out your comfort zone.
Yeah. So, and I'm okay with that. I know a lot of people are a little bit shy there, but I think that's what my boss seen. And she was like, try this. And so I've been doing that for a couple of years. And it's been great. But I think at my job, I've kind of just hit my peak, you know, and I still would love to keep learning and growing in that area. So that's what I'm kind of just venturing out and seeing what I could get into for sure.
Sales, where can opportunity, where can growth lead you to? I love that. And so by saying that, you've done a lot. You've been with this company since COVID, 2020. So you guys been through ups and downs. What do you feel is a skill that you can bring to any other company that you learned in those last 3 years?
Definitely drive, accountability, responsibility, determination, like all those things, because those are the places that we had to show up the most when we weren't like face to face with people, because it's easy to be face to face with people and like have people walk into your business and like be interested in wanting information, but there's a whole other part of it when you actually have to be that person to go out and get it and bring it in. So I think that was something that was nice to learn too.
Okay, most definitely. And then what I'm looking for is people who are very adaptable to where I can place them somewhere and hey, look, this is your task for the next 3 weeks. Get it done, and then I have another task. Do you feel like you're a chameleon to where you can be placed in multiple different, or you can be stretched in multiple different ways, you can still actually get the job done?
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much what I do now too. So being that I am like a manager, but also do the consulting sales part, I also have to be in the rooms, you know, giving injections or like taking blood. So there's a lot of different hats to wear during the day. But it's nice because I'm not someone who really just wants to like sit and just kind of like,
yeah, you want to
just
do
wait
something.
for something to happen. Yeah.
You know, you don't want to. That's why I tell a lot of people is I'm not looking for somebody who wants to be behind a screen for 10 hours a day. You know, I have admins for that. I have a recruiting team for that. I need people on my team who want to learn more departments to where I can hire them in this position, but I can move them into management in the next 20 to 28 weeks because they're such a great student where I know, hey, this person in a leadership role will be way better than anybody else. You know, so I love you have that mindset. What do you feel is your strongest leadership quality since you've had management experience?
Probably the strongest. I don't know, just being an example of what I'm asking of the employees, right? I think that's the biggest thing every day is I have to be the example and show them the work ethic and all the things I'm expecting of them, you know, because if you can't be that as a leader, I don't know how you can really expect that of others, you know?
Yeah. No, I definitely teach either my upper level management team or my managers across the nation that I have. But the biggest thing I teach them is, hey, at the end of the day, people don't listen to what you say, they listen to what you do. You know, and that's the biggest thing. Like, you can't be a leader or can't be a football coach and tell swimming team how to swim. Like, no, you got to learn that sport. You know, so it's the same type of concept. I love that. So if we decide to move forward with you rather than anybody else, when would be the soonest available start date if we actually offer you a position?
Yeah, for me, I would love to do it as soon as possible, but I also think I would owe it to my job to at least give them 2 weeks. I just would love to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to burn any bridges, especially being with them since 2020. It shows a lot of loyalty because I know probably that year, especially in the medical field, was very rough. You know,
rough, yeah. And that's the thing too. Like they know that I want to branch out, and they're so like loving and respectful. And so even leaving them, I know that. I'm not even really like leaving them right. I mean, I'm growing from them, but it's not like a burned bridge. So that's nice too. And that's what I would love to offer them, that 2 weeks for sure.
Most definitely. And I respect that. Well, thank you for sharing that. And thank you both of you guys. You know, I don't get that. Like I said, if I just read your guys' resumes, because you guys fluffed it up, you typed up everything, probably put it through ChatGPT, all that. I want to know more. I want to know the personality. I want to know your goals. What are you not getting from your last company that you're looking for? You know, so I love that. Like I said, this is just a preliminary round where we'll just go over a few things, really get to know you guys. Just because I have enough time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain a little bit about Higher Kingdom Marketing, okay? And then I'll get you guys out. All right, so Higher Kingdom Marketing, like I said, I was born in Minnesota, but I grew up in Texas. I just moved out here from Texas about 1 year and 4 weeks ago. You know, so I had my company open for just about 1 year. But throughout this time, I worked with Fortune 500 clients from Sam's Club. I worked with Nestle throughout my time with their portfolio, Dreamstyle Remodeling, Costco Reborn, as well as T-Mobile. The two portfolios or the two clients I'm focusing on for my portfolio until the end of 2024 is T-Mobile for their phone campaign. Obviously, it's because they have phones. So they have a community outreach marketing program at the moment to where they provide services for lower income areas just to help out in the community. But then also my favorite client yet, Costco Reborn, which is obviously, hopefully we know who Costco is. But either way, they have a full-wide, nationwide marketing campaign to where any Costco member, they can get their home remodeled through Costco. You know, and so those are the two campaigns that I felt was valuable for the next year or so, to where that's why we're working with them. Here's the thing, both of the clients, they already created more of their face-to-face direct marketing platforms themselves. My main goal is to come in when they hired me and brought me on the team, is to really help manage and develop their portfolio, their expansion, and what's the next project for them. And so that's what we do is we help them with their direct marketing platforms on what's next, where do we get more brand awareness, how can we help them drive more revenue, where's the next market they want to really expand into. Those are more my lower level positions. What I'm looking to do, because I'm expanding so quickly, I'm already managing markets out here in Ontario, Riverside, Woodland Hills, Oxnard, Ventura area, as well as Chicago, Wisconsin, as well as Minnesota in the next few weeks. So I have a lot on my plate to where I'll be traveling a lot. I'm doing a lot of things for my client. I want to, in the next 20 to 28 weeks, actually develop, coach, and mentor a couple of people to be on my management team. So when I'm out of the office, out of the state, or out of the country, these people are able to step up to the plate because they know how to manage everything. Kind of like if you go to Chipotle, the managers, sometimes you'll see them doing interviews. Sometimes you'll see them rolling the burrito. Sometimes you see them doing the cash register. But also they know how to manage people. And so I'm looking for somebody who wants to come in and have that growth opportunity, that upward mobility, which I'm doing, to where I'm allowing for the next 20 to 28 weeks a person to go from learning the basic level management, the basic level experience of a marketing firm, all the way up to the management position. And what that goes through is they get to cross-train in multiple departments for the next few weeks in order to know exactly what to do in that position. Imagine being at Chipotle and then your new employee asks you, hey, how do I work the cash register? And you don't know. Or imagine the new line assembly person doesn't know how to roll a burrito and you're the manager and you're like, I don't know. It's the same thing in my management position, to where I have 5 different departments I have all my candidates cross-trained with before they get moved into that management position, because it's kind of like football. I'm a football guy. In order to coach the game, you got to know the plays first. So I have the first 2 departments, which is the hiring and admin department. This is when they're going to learn the psychology of recruiting, because all my managers, I expect them to be the best recruiters, but also they get to understand what does the admins got to do on a day-to-day basis, and how do they manage them and set up goals for them throughout the day. Then they also get to learn from the customer service, sales, and marketing department, where they're going to learn more of the product knowledge for both of the campaigns, as well as they'll work with the sales team as well to understand what do they do on the floor level. After a couple weeks, they now learn the leadership development phase of the training, where I want to see, can they develop people? Do they have the skill of developing? Because that's what makes a manager very impactful, or a leader. They develop people. They take that shift stock guy from the night shift, and in the next 6 to 8 months, that person is now a shift lead, because they instilled belief in that person. And hey, look, you can lead people one day. Don't just think you're only good enough just to stock ramen noodles. Like, you can actually move people in this company. The last 2 departments is everybody's favorite. It's the last 5 to 6 weeks. This is when they're going to be belt looped to me, the CEO. And now I'm going to teach them the back end, which is assistant management, where they learn operations and logistics. So now I'm teaching them all the juicy stuff of the business. They get all the financial reports. They get to read ROI reports. What's our return on investment from the Minnesota market compared to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and what's a better investment for our client? As well as profit and loss reports, where are we gaining and losing money in all of our markets. But lastly is client relations, where they're going to have the opportunity to really build their credibility with the client. So at this point we have virtual training. They're going to learn everything on the back end. They also get to travel to other markets with me. They get to speak at conferences. So as you can see, I know I just threw a lot at you guys, but as you can see, I'm taking someone to where even if they don't have management experience, or they do, I'm going to have them learn every different department in my business. So once they're in that management position, they understand each position as a whole. And that's why we pay pretty well for our managers. Their rookie salary, once they get into management in the next 20 to 28 weeks, is around $85,000 to $95,000, with bonuses from our client, either T-Mobile or Costco, ranging from $120,000 to $130,000 based off performance. Now, that doesn't just mean I can select everybody. That doesn't just mean everybody I see on here, I got to be like Amazon and just bring them all in. I got to be very selective. I got to make sure that these people are very adaptable. They're that gem that I know in the next couple weeks I can turn into that diamond, and they got to be willing to understand every aspect of my business before I actually put them in that position. So, like I said, here's the deal. This is just the first step where I really spend some time, get to know you guys. If I like the interaction, if I like the notes, and the notes you guys say kind of reflects what the resume says as well, you will be receiving a call later today, maybe around 4 to 6 p.m., having a call with one of my recruiters letting you know, hey, look, we want to bring you in tomorrow or sometime later this week, or later next week. If I don't select either one of you guys, do not feel discouraged. I was on that side of the screen a year and a half ago. I was delivering packages in Texas for Amazon, being in the back of the warehouse.
You know, now I'm on this side. That's my testimony. So I know if I did it in the last year and a half, you can do it as well. So if I don't select you, I wish the best of luck. But if I do, I can't wait to see you in person, okay?
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you
guys.
so much for your time today. It was a pleasure meeting
It
you.
was a pleasure meeting you too as well. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
You as well. Stay cool. Nice meeting you.
Bye.